Yeah. Peace. Do a video and a little whip, you know what I mean? Get a little whip video going on. Alright. So, I'm gonna do a little quick video here in the car. Alright, people. A lot of people get up here, they say their comments, and for the most of it, I get a lot of support and a lot of belief. They understand that, it's really, I just look at it as that they're coming to their light, because for this knowledge that we are coming upon, I believe that we're all chosen for it. If you're meant to see it, it's because of something in you, something you have, something you don't know, you ain't awake yet. And people like me just got there before you and sharpening steel now, giving you the sight that you need to wake up. So I think we all was there with it because we have special abilities to understand knowledge and to see things for what they are. If people can't see this, then these may be the blind ones that Jesus was talking about. Maybe the ones who have the veil, because it's kind of like common sense, right? No one wants to kill children, right? But my thing today is, who are you? Who are you, right? Me, I'm Flash, aka Jason. I'm a weed smoker. I be having a lot of angry thoughts at times that I suppress, and I be laughing, joking, but I'm a loving guy. You make me angry, I get nuts. You push me to beyond the limit, which I'm real patient. Like if you push me, put it this way, a lot of my friends will tell you, if you pushed him and he hit you, then you must have did something crazy. That's how my friends will tell you about me, because I'm real patient, but I'm not no punk, and I'm not no so goody where I can be like Jesus just yet, 100%, like all of us can't be, right? But my thing today is, who are you? Me. I love the peacefulness of the Lord Jesus Christ's words, right? I'm not really with the Yahweh. I'm really not with one who can be on the anger of killing children and raping women. But I'm with the peaceful love of Jesus, even though I'm not letting someone hit me without hitting them back. So there's some things that you agree and you disagree on both sides, but the most of it I disagree with is on the other side. So if I ask, who am I living through, I say the Lord Jesus. And you know why I say this? Because trust me, there's many things out there now, right? I mean, I can do exactly what I'm doing with Yahweh with Jesus too. Actually, I put a video up here which will make a lot of you think you can't tell what I believe. You can't tell if I'm for Jesus or not. Some videos I put up here. And that's what this channel is really about, honesty and truth. If Jesus got some rectifying to do, guess what? We're going to get to that. And I do see some rectifying with Jesus, but let me explain. Let me explain what I had to come to understand. We can do all the rectifying we want, right? Right? We can do all the rectifying we want. But if we're just reading or going off of readings and stuff like that, I'm going to go with Jesus first. Jesus didn't do any of the things, that he was known as God in the past to do. Whatever, if he was, like a lot of people think they're together. So, with common sense that this Jesus is not like that character right there. And this is the characteristics that you want for earth. These are not wrong. Be peaceful, love each other, treat each other as you want to be treated, love your God with your whole soul, your whole mind. Don't kill, don't steal, don't destroy, don't retaliate, don't attack. This is how you kind of want earth to really be. This is how every human really wants to live. The other God, you won't want to live like that, going around having to either be a killer or get killed. You don't want to be that. You don't want to rape women. You don't want to look at these things as even close to holy, because these are not close to holy. These things are not. So I live through this being of Jesus who I never met, who never talks to me, who I've never seen. I just read about him, and from what I read and I see, these are the actions that I like. Now, what I did as well is I live this stuff, right? I live this stuff vicariously in my heart and formally for myself. I live these things. I try to be peaceful with all humans. Yeah, you would look at my past and say, oh yeah, right, crazy, you don't beat up like this. That's something I'm telling you. These people be asking for trouble out here. I'm not gonna let you just push me around. You know what I'm saying? Don't even look right. I'm too big to be pushed around. You know what I'm saying? But I don't do these things out of spite. I don't go out there looking for trouble at all. I go out there and protect. I protect people from bullies. I don't like to toot my own horn, but you ask a bunch of my friends that too as well. They'll tell you he protects people from bullies. He hates bullies. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I have to let you know what this video, what it's about, so you can see the personality of the person. You know what I mean? That, yeah, I'm rough around these edges. They ain't even closer to the core, but my overall heart condition is love, man. I will never harm a child. I would never just physically go to a child at all. It just don't make no sense. You know, I would never rape a woman. It's just like I would just rape, like, you know, she's not giving in, she's not consenting. That's just crazy, you know? So I don't agree. I don't agree with killing off nations of people. You know, I don't agree with none of that. Now, Jesus can be proven wrong. I can make these videos about Jesus, you know? There's some quarrels I have. You know, from the histories of how many Jesus were here before you at the same birthday, the same, which even though you don't have that as a birthday, it's not your real birthday. You just never said that yourself. Jesus never said he was born December 25th, never showed you that anywhere. So, you know, I can't say he claims they have the same birthday as the rest of them, because that's not his birthday for real. People are saying that just like they probably did to them, that their birthday was this day. Don't you notice that story being repeated? That story's being repeated over and over again. So, do you think maybe Jesus has been sent to us in many different cultures? Because we got the Indian Jesus, we got the Egyptian Jesus, we got the Greek Jesus, or the other Jesus, where Dionysus and all. And these people, Mithra and all of these people in different multiple cultures, Krishna and all these people supposed to be the Jesus of their culture? What if Jesus is like like you said, a guru or whatever, who knows all his chakras, and he goes to every culture at the time that they're in charge? He came to the Jews as the Jews because they needed it, right? Y'all are doing the most wrong. You need to understand you're wrong. So he had to send a guru in a Jewish form. People ask me all the time, why was he Jewish? Why do you think Jews came Jewish if it's not the Jewish people? Well, I think it's this way. Just like in past Jews, the Horus was supposed to be Jesus. Horus, Thoth, whoever these, you know what I'm saying? What was his? He's Egyptian. Maybe Egypt was acting crazy doing things at that time when he was spitting that game. And he was sitting in that form. That's just my personal point of view. Don't get me mixed up saying that that's a true fact. That's what I feel could be a possibility. But there's many things about Jesus too. Jesus. All right, my man. If we're going to go with the Bible version, where you at? Where you at, brother? Yeah, it's been about 2,000 years, bro. Look, I know they said this in Peter. I know they said the same saying. Oh, they've been saying that for years. Our forefathers have been dying in death, and God hasn't showed up yet. He's just being patient with you because he doesn't want you to die. Right. Yeah, we know. But you being a little too patient, Jesus. And you letting a little bit too many people live the life that they want to live while the ones that love you are struggling and dying. We kind of tired of it. You know, we've been here 4,000 years before you got here doing this for the same stuff, you know, under a violent regime. And many years before that, but we're going to go with the Bible. Jesus, what's going on? You know? You left and you said, I'll be back and I'm going to prepare a place for you guys. And we still here, yo. These are your peoples doing this to us, right? Your angels coming out of nowhere according to your Bible, right? Yo, what's up? Listen, I understand what it takes to be there for someone. Like if I seen a baby right there or a child or a human of my age, whatever, about to be in trouble or killed, and I could do something about it to stop them from being harmed or hurt. Look, I'm going to do everything in my power right there at that moment to do it. I'm not claiming to be you, God. I'm not claiming to be you, Jesus. But y'all sit up there and y'all watch us down here struggling. You know what human struggle is like, Jesus, don't you? You know how the time distances of us is like. You know, how many people died and haven't seen you yet because they still sleeping. Now, I don't know what happens at death. I don't know. I got a good idea, you know. But these are just some things I be wondering about Jesus, you know. Like, are you really with us? Were you really just a story to get us to believe in a heaven that doesn't exist, to keep us in a stable state of stasis like this, chained up? Are you Jesus? I don't know, you know. There's some more stuff, Jesus, I can say about you. You know, I defend you all day. And we don't know your name. We know Yeshua. Yeshua means many different things, right? Joshua, I've heard it means Jehovah's with us, Yahweh's with us. I mean, you know. So why would Yahweh be with us, Jesus, if you're against him in the New Testament? Did you really come under Yahweh, or is that even false? How are we supposed to know all of this? You know? All this time it's been. Yeah, we see all this stuff happening with the end of days. It looks like you predicted all of this stuff, but can be honest, can we make these things happen with our technology, y'all? Can we make most of this stuff happen with our technology? Like all this end of days stuff and these clouds and blue. You know, why can we do that? Because I kind of got a feeling the sky is a cover-up anyway. I think the sky is a cover-up. I'm going to explain that real quick before I break down the rest of this. I think the sky is a cover-up, and this is part of the video because it makes a lot of sense. Well, I think we're being fooled. We can see the moon in the sky in the daytime. We can see the moon. Yeah, the moon's the closest thing to us, about 400,000 miles away. But it goes around in circles or whatever. We can see it when it's behind us in the sun and all that, clear as day, right? Y'all seen the moon in the daytime, right? Okay. Well, you know the sun is 93 million miles away, right? 93 million miles away. Right? We got million mile internet, as Bob says, you know what I'm saying, B.O.B. Get that B.O.B. Elements album if you ain't got that. It's old, but get it though. It's good information on there. Elements, B.O.B. That's my guy. Right? Scorpio gang. Right? So, we're not a gang. But anyway, right? The sky. Back to the sky, right? Okay, boom. We see the sun is 93 million miles away. It's about 100 million miles. We're going to give you 100 million. Right? That's the furthest thing. Even though we all go around it, that's the furthest thing. Why we can't see the 3 planets in front of us, or the 2 in front of us and the 1 on the side of us, like sort of Mars, Venus, or whatever, and Mercury is, I believe it is. Why we can't see those clear as day like the moon? No, listen to the question again. This ain't no regular question. Mars be around the side or whatever, but I know we got the telescopes we can see at nighttime with the $1,000 telescope, $350, $400, $500 telescopes, whatever. But I'm talking about just why we can't just see them like the moon. I know they further away from us than the moon is, right? But guess what is furthest away? The sun. And it's a bright, bright light that's making the moon behind me even be seen in the daytime. I'm not even asking for Jupiter and Uranus and the rest of them people. I'm Saturn and all that. I'm asking why we can't just be like in the daytime, like the Avatar screen. Avatar movie's sky. Why we can't? Isn't it supposed to be like that? That's the sun, 93 million miles away. We can see it directly right here when you look at it. Why can't we just see a shadow? Why can't we just see a cuspid of like another planet? Oh, there goes Venus showing up again, even if it's going around too slow. Oh, there we go. 1989, it came around. We seen them both together. They were in the air. Nope, never see nothing like that. Isn't that a little weird? Isn't that a little suspicious? And my guy say, ain't that a little suspicious, Dr. Ubar? But yo, I'm just saying though. Okay, but anyway. Multiple reasons not to believe in Jesus, you know what I'm saying? You sit back and watch babies die every day. It's a lot of mercy, man. It's a lot of mercy. You gotta be merciful. Let these babies just die in front of your face. I can't even watch that without, man, I want to do something about it. I got to. No, not yet. All right, Father. But when? Settle down. Just the right moment. Really? You think that's how it is? Nah, I don't know. But if you look at Jesus in a different light, right? Let's look at all these gurus and whatever that came for their purpose. And I have not done a valid 100% study on the past Jesuses. I just know they existed, you know, in different forms and different names. And it's there in history sketched in. It's not nothing that's just a fable, right? So this leaves a lot of questions. Questionable, like Jesus going to Egypt when he was young and being up in Egypt all the time. Jesus, how you teaching us other people's teachings before you? Were your teachers directly from God, out the mouth of God? Or are you teaching us what all the gurus taught? Going back, getting their information and teaching, like I'm doing right now. Along with your own feelings. Because, I mean, you got to admit, these writings were here that Jesus is telling us. You thought it was the Bible, and this is Jesus' personal knowledge from God. There was people writing it. Dolphin them was writing these things back in the days, y'all. A lot of that stuff come from Egypt and different places. A lot of people say, how could you be black? How could you be an African man going for this Israel Jewish God? Because I'm not really doing that. You don't see me going for the Jewish God. I'm not. I'm actually going against the Jews' personal God. They're going to hit me with the anti-Semitism. Don't you understand? I'm putting my career of not millions, not balling. I don't have nothing to really cancel. Cancel my little accounts that I have. Anyway, though, right? I don't got nothing really much for them to mess with. So, you know, it ain't now fantasize. But I'm out here doing some anti-Semitic things. I'm a black man. I'm going against this regime. So don't say I'm agreeing, because all I'm doing is being honest. If the man didn't, in the book that we all read and believe in and people giving their lives to, and that man in that book didn't do those things, I'm not going to hold him accountable for those things he did. That's what the Jews did. So you're not going to get me to just because he was Jewish, Jesus, or whatever. Like I just told you in the beginning, I think that he's come in different forms for different people, different groups at different times when they needed it. That's my belief. And you don't got to listen to me. You don't have to. You don't have to believe. He ain't got no hard evidence to stake his claim on. You know what? Neither do nobody, to be real with you. Nobody has hard evidence to stake. You thought your Bible was hard evidence, didn't you? You gave your whole life for that Bible, didn't you? This is the solid word of people still right now. Millions of people, probably billions still, right? 1 billion people still giving their life to the solid word of God, right? And I just destroy that word, man. I destroy that. Using that word and still pushing that word. That's the power of God right there. To be able to discern, to be able to split. Now, I'm not saying Jesus is the direct God and everything. Like I said, I'm not even thinking Jesus is who they really like. I don't think he's coming back on a cloud. I don't think none of that's happening. I don't think he's waiting in heaven by his Father's side. I don't think none of that's happening. I think Jesus come down here and showed you what's up, and they took the real words of Jesus and mixed them, watered them down, and gave half and half. Hid the other of Jesus that was telling you the deep stuff about who you truly are and where the kingdom of heaven really is. You know, compared to now, we're going to make them believe that the heavens is there and waiting for them. And look how long y'all be waiting for the merciful, loving God. The same Jesus when he was walking on earth. Let's look at some characteristics, right? The same Jesus when he walked on earth, he had 5,000 people walking with him. At one time, right? While they was just walking. Can you imagine walking through the desert, just listening to this man, like just amazed, right? And he said, yo, it's been 3 days. Like, sit them down, man. Like, they gotta be hungry, they gotta be tired. Feed them. We only have 3 fish and 2 breads or something. Well, make it work, you know? But that was concern and compassion for those people's legs and people walking in there. He's considerate. So I don't think he'd be in the heaven coming back, waiting for you to come like all this time. I don't know God's time. I'm not God. I don't know who you think you think you know God's time. No, just people what I'm saying though. I'm talking about do we know our Savior? You know, I'm breaking down some real stuff right here that you might need to look deeper into before you quick to say I don't know what I'm talking about. I think I earned that merit from this channel a little bit, just a little bit, to be heard. Okay? We don't know nothing really. We only know what we really believe and feel. Right? Because we don't know. We do know though that the words that Jesus been talking about that we thought was God directly because it was so wise of wisdom has been said before by other men before him almost with the same claim as and resolve as him. We do know Jesus went to Egypt. This is the same place where his so-called father destroyed and took their whole legacy for himself. And that's why we have these wicked pyramid people up here doing these things today, because they stole all our knowledge and everybody else's and mixed it together to make a brew of witches. Yeah, I said it. And it's ain't for entertainment fucking purposes. Because I don't give a damn. I know my soul goes. A lot of you in fear. I be seeing for entertainment purposes because you worried about cash and you worried about your success. But those are people that are not pushing Jesus. They are pushing the truth, though, and I'll give them that. Salute. But we know these things about Jesus. That kind of puts a little bit of leaven. His own words, you know? And we see he came back enlightened when he left from there, knowing all type of stuff, right? And he just grew up as a regular person doing things, right? All the magical powers they were saying he was doing and stuff, I don't know if that's true either. I'm sorry, y'all. There's kind of like sleek evidence that Jesus didn't do them things. He was like a guru who just knew how to use his chakras, and he could do certain things above average, but not all the magical things that they included. Now, you got to remember, these people took out and put stuff, and they want you to believe Jesus is a certain way. So they will add to these things. They never tell you about Simon Zelotes, and all these other ones, the two Simons and the different ones that took the cross from Jesus on them. They ain't tell you nothing about none of those things. See, these Gnostic Jesus, right? This Gnostic Jesus is so raw. He's so raw, right? He's like the Jesus that I would expect to be real. I'm just keeping 100. I'm not saying, push the Gnostic, because I never was. I just learned this stuff before myself. I studied it once people told me that's what I sound like. So I started studying it. But the crazy thing is this, like, when I read about this Jesus, when he said that saying, my sheep will know my voice, right? Yo, man, it hits so hard with the Gnostics. Because you listen to how different he is from the gospel Jesus, right? And you're like, but you know that's him. Nobody else could talk like that. I've heard people talk forever. I've heard what's his name? Socrates, and I've read their writings and their stuff, and they're good. They're good writers, and you can tell their words too, you know. But Jesus, you just know his words. You know his voice without hearing it. And this is him. And these scriptures are written around the same time. They've been found to be around the same first century, second century, third, AD and all that. Written by off-brand writers, yeah, but think about it. These people all had people walking with them, chilling with them, riding with them. Like, yeah, we behind them doing their writing for them. That's just a normal thing in this time. You know? They probably worshipped him so much because he was the next guru that came like the rest had for them. Maybe this was the form of things back then. And it switched up and evolved with time, and once they understand the human Inky and all of them, you know what I'm saying? Once they finally got it down and got rid of Yahweh and all of them, I believe, this is my opinion again, I believe Yahweh and the council, Anu and all of them all died. And I think Inky let them die because he had the power to save them with the wisdom that he had from the humans that he found, that he didn't tell them about our genetics. He just told them a little bit. He didn't tell them about when we die, that we go to another, we still exist, and that we can harness that to live forever. So I think he let them die because they stole his godship. Kind of. Yahweh stole Inky's godship, his brother. He's supposed to be God, and he was the wisest, and he was the smartest, and kind of the most powerful with the power of water. He owns water. You know? So it makes a lot of sense. All of this stuff makes mad sense, yo. If you know your stuff, if you know, then this makes mad sense. Jesus may have kids. Jesus may have kids. There's a lot to this, you know? There's a lot to this. Mary, you know? She asked a lot of good questions in her gospel. Mary asks some raw. Why would not Mary have a gospel? Mary, why wouldn't the closest one to him write down stuff? Come on, y'all. This is all they had back then. They didn't have the cell phones to be distracting with other shit. I'm on TikTok right now. I'll get back to that. They didn't have none of that. This was all they could do, was write what they seen and heard. And she asked him some deep questions. What is sin? He was like, sin. So he's like, no. I don't want to hear what sin is from the way they be saying it. She's like, I want to know, where does sin come from? What is it? What is the reason? Why is sin here? Does it have to be here, basically? He's like, sin is just here because good is here, basically. Like basically breaking it down like, it's the opposite. It has to be here. Yin yang, you know, basically. It comes to let you know you're not good, basically. You know? It crouches. It's in the energy. It's there. But that's not the answer the Bible give. This is a different, lit Jesus. This is a lit Jesus, man. The Gnostic Jesus is lit. Super lit. I can remember they were praying one time. I'm going to do a video. Watch. I'm going to do a real good video, but I want to level it up for y'all. This is time for the upper echelons. The ones that have been following for this long, that ready for that next level, I'm about to hit you with it. And we going to take this journey together. I'm not above none of y'all with this knowledge. You can catch up just as fast, and I'll help you do that. We're going to get there together because we all searching. Now that we're here, now that the ones that are with me are here, We got to go. Now we have to make our way. Because, you know, you're taking on a big thing here. You're taking on, are we truly doing what we thought was right? Because that's what I meant to get at with the video, period. I follow Jesus in that book. This is a hard way to understand this. It's very hard to understand this. You just know. I follow the aura of Jesus. I follow the Christ body. Billy Carson basically breaks this down for you guys. I follow the Christ genome. God is here. Heaven is here. Heaven is right here, and heaven is right here. This is a dimensional plane. Do not let them tell you that the heaven is coming from the sky, because then I guess the birds already beat you there. Don't let them tell you that the heavens is coming from the sea, because I guess the fish already beat you there. But the heavens is inside of you, and it's all around you. It's the words of your Messiah. The real Messiah. See, the Gospels have some of the real Messiah, because they had to. You could tell his voice. You know who he is. You know what I'm saying? But it's easy to copy words and make it to that and make another whole book and say that this is the one and that's not. All that really that bans these books was some guy named Arrhenius, with the council. Can you understand that? That's like going to court with the Masons and having the KKK aid them. Like, yeah, these books ain't real. I don't think they're real. One guy, Arrhenius, he's like, this is hearsay because of this and that. And then they say, yep, hearsay, get rid of it. That's not enough, y'all. That's not enough. Anything those people saying is hearsay or not abandoned, I gotta read. Listen, that's the key right there. Anything they got rid of, go find, go read. Trust me, please. That's the smart thing to do. Do it for yourself though, because we all have to be diligent. We can't just listen to one man. This ain't no pastor church formation. You got to get your levels up. Get your knowledge up, get your levels up, get your condition of spirit up, because your heart condition is going to go against yourself. You're going to fight the world. This is normal. You fight the world every day, period. You've been stuck in a whole trance. But now that you're out of that trance, you're going to fight yourself